Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1073, and today's topic is the treatment of bacterial wilt in vegetables and hair plants, especially in vegetables like onion, tomato, eggplant, watermelon, etc. And as we know, in previous lecture I have already discussed how to treat the viral infection in plant and also to identify the curling of the leaves due to some pest and mites and how to treat them. Today I am going to discuss a little bit more complex disease that is caused by bacteria, the soil bacteria, and we are treating all these crops. If there is some fungal growth, fungicide, that is antifungal compound we are using to treat. But especially for bacteria, we have to know what type of antibiotics is there to treat the soil bacteria, that microorganism which is responsible of this disease that is called the bacterial wilt disease. And in this disease, what is happening actually? The plant leaves, they are wilt, and the plant becomes weak, is not rigid. The reason is that it is not getting enough water, even if there is enough water in the soil, but water is not moving. The reason is that bacterial attack will damage the xylem. In plant, xylem and phloem is there. So the main role of xylem is just to transport the water from root to leaf and to other branches. And if there is bacterial infection, it will damage the xylem, and further transportation of water in the plant will be restricted or will stop, and in that case the plant will die finally. And this bacterial attack is due to either by using the agricultural equipment like hoe, patanya, when you are doing some weeding, we call locally noma. So in that case, these crop, vegetable plants, they may get injury, or sometimes due to pest and insect, they cause injury, and with that injury they have space to enter in the plant tissues, and then they damage the xylem. So I have gone through a lot of literature and recent research papers. One very powerful oxidizing agent is nowadays widely used in place of antibiotics to clear the soil bacteria disease, that is bacterial wilt. And that compound we all know, that is calcium so this is it is called calcium hypochlorite. It is your calcium hypochlorite, or it is also known as calcium oxychloride, or it is known as bleaching powder. Is a very powerful anti-oxidizing agent. It is very powerful anti-oxidizing agent, and this that is your bleaching powder or calcium hypochlorite is widely used to treat the water, to clear or to kill or destroy, damage all the germs, microorganisms, even including bacteria in the water. And with this bleaching powder, once it is treated, the water is germ free and microorganism free, and that is we can use for drinking purpose. So the same bleaching powder can be used in soil to clear the soil bacterium which are responsible of infecting and causing, that is called bacterial wilt in the plant. And this bleaching powder is very, very effective in these crops like onion. For onion, there is no substitute of this. It's very, very powerful, very, very effective, 100% effective to clear any type of microorganisms which are causing the damage to the xylem and phloem of the onion and even the bulb. Also in tomatoes, in eggplant, in watermelon, and especially where the plants are getting more bacterial attack, where it is repeated for several years. We are going to repeat the same crop every year. Rather than multi-crop system means we are changing today, this year we are doing the tomatoes in that soil, next year maybe watermelon, and again next year it may be some other vegetable like a melon or maybe wheat or maybe bean, like that. So in that case, then the bacterial attack will be less, fungal attack will be less. But where you are repeating for many years the same crop, which is common here in northern Nigeria when we are going to cultivate, especially the tomatoes and onion. So in that case, it is necessary to treat the soil with this very powerful oxidizing agent, that is called your bleaching powder or calcium hypochlorite, or the other name is calcium oxychloride. And what we have to do for that, you have to take 5 kg, or if it is it's having really lot of bacterium colony in this soil where your crop is damaging always, then in that case you can use 10 kg per hectare. Per hectare, if I am saying, is 10,000 meter square land. So in that, what you have to do, you take 5 kilogram and take some soil, the same soil from there, because this powder, if you are spraying, sometimes it may escape in the form of fly ash to air. So in order to make sure that all the powder material of the bleaching powder has gone to soil, please mix maybe 10-15 kg of soil, 5 kg powder plus 10 kg soil. So you prepare the mixture, this mixture of soil with this, then you can spray on the soil, and make sure when you are spraying on the soil, soil must have some humidity, some water content in that. It should be moist. You should not apply in dry soil. And secondly, you should not apply when already crop is there. At least 1 month before planting the crop, you should mix this, and after spraying, it's better with some mixing instrument. Make sure that it is thoroughly mixed. You just do some plowing or digging some maybe 1 inch so that it has gone up and down and it is thoroughly mixed in the soil. So in that soil, once you are planting your crop, it is safe. There will not be any bacterial wilt. And if it happens in the onion crop, even if there is enough water, you might have noticed that all of a sudden lot of onion plants they die, and because of this wilt, bacterial wilt. And I have already told you that xylem is damaged and water is not reaching up to leaf, and that leaf will fall. That leaf will, and that will cause, because photosynthesis will not take place, water is not moving upward, plant will die. So lot of plants they die even when there is enough water. So these are all very, very important factors. So here number one, soil application of bleaching powder at the rate of 5 kg to 10 kg per hectare significantly reduces the wilting of plant, and wilting of plant means it is bacterial disease where xylem is damaged, and the transportation of water from root to top, leaf and fruit is stopped or checked. In application of bleaching powder at least 1 week or 10 days before planting is more effective than at the same time of planting. I have already told you that some few days before plantation of the crop, you should apply in wet land, not dry, and mix it thoroughly. And all the method I have already told you in the beginning. Planting, and it is very effective to onion seed tubers. Once it is applied in the soil, this is one of the most effective remedy for onion crop, where lot of that is bacterial wilt is possible. That will be 100% clear. Number two, bleaching powder. What is bleaching powder? CaCl2 is widely used as powerful oxidizing agent. It is used as a germicide and disinfectant, especially in the sterilization of drinking water, to make water free of harmful microorganisms. Number three, according to National Agriculture Library, USA, this is the world's biggest center of agriculture information, that is called National Agricultural Library, USA, which is located in Maryland. It is world's largest agriculture information center. They have mentioned about the effect of bleaching powder on bacterial wilt in onion, tomato, watermelon, vegetable crops by mixing 0.025 to 0.50% of bleaching powder in soil. That is about the vegetable. And also this is effective to guava plant, to mango plant, where you can make the round around this plant, and the same bleaching powder mixed with soil 1:3, means if it is 1 kilogram is added, you mix 3 kilogram of soil and just spray there around this plant, big plant like guava, like mango, some other. So it will not allow the bacterial wilting of the higher plants also. So number 4 is, that is, what is bacterial wilt? Bacterial wilt is caused by soil-borne bacterium named Tonia solanacearum. So this is a particular type of bacteria which is responsible of wilt of the plant, and which wilting of the leaves will make the plant to die. It's a complex disease, bacterial action, and that particular bacteria, that is soil borne bacterium, named that is Tonia solanacearum, and formerly this is the latest name, and formerly it was known as Pseudomonas solanacearum, and it usually inhibit the root system and enters the root tissue at point of injury caused either by agricultural equipments, that hoe, pataya, any instrument when you are doing weeding, or that we call it noma, and to clean the unwanted vegetation equipment, or by pests injury. It is complex disease found in onion, tomato, watermelon, potato, eggplant, and some other vegetables are also there, but they are the main. And where the onion is most affected, and this your calcium hypochlorite, that is your this chemical is very effective to clear this bacteria, and it is bacterial disease of vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means xylem, and xylem cells are responsible of transporting the water from root to leaves, and that xylem is damaged in the plant when plant is infected, and it multiplies in xylem, and then xylem will be damaged, causing mechanical blockage of absorption of water transport system, which causes wilting of the leaves of the plant. So in this case, it is very effective, that is bleaching powder, that is calcium hypochlorite, all other also potato, tomato, watermelon, eggplant. But what I have noticed in Borno state and in northern Nigeria, they are losing lot of onion plant bulb because of the bacterial wilting. And if they mix with this compound, this chemical compound, that is bleaching powder or calcium hypochlorite, 100% it will take care. Especially I am sure in two group of planting. One is onion, other one is tomatoes, and watermelon also. It is effective in all these crops. Absorption of water transport system, which causes wilting of the leaves of the plant. Slowly it will soon spread to the whole plant, causing plant to die. And this wilting bacterial disease, even if you are giving lot of water is retained in the soil, still you will see that they are dying. And when these plants are dying and the leaves are dying, it shows that that is suffering from bacterial infection, and that is called bacterial wilting. So with this, I will stop. At the last but not least, my recommendation to all the farming community who are involved in the farming of vegetables, especially the onion, tomatoes, pepper, eggplants, watermelon, that they should mix this chemical, that is calcium hypochlorite bleaching powder, and it is once in 2 years is enough. Just you mix once and you can go to take crop, normal crop, at least for 2 year, and every 2 year you can apply this in the soil by mixing. I have already told you all the method in the beginning. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.